In 1939, scientists around the world found out that the German scientists discovered how to split a uranium atom. Scientists were concerned that this discovery would help Nazi scientists create a bomb using that energy. Scientists like Albert Einstein and Enrico Fermi escaped the war that was going on in Europe and had moved to the United States. Both of them wanted to warn the president of their concerns of the atomic energy that was discovered. Fermi traveled to Washington, D.C., and expressed these concerns, but few felt the same way as him. Although Fermi's efforts were unsuccessful, Einstein still wanted to grab the president's attention concerning the discovery. He wrote a letter to President Roosevelt telling him he thought there should be an atomic research program developed later that year. Roosevelt didn't see the need for such a project but proceeded slowly with the efforts anyways. In 1941, the American effort to design and create an atomic bomb was known as its code name, the Manhattan Project. In December 1942, a breakthrough occurred when Fermi led a group of physicists to produce the first controlled nuclear chain reaction under the grandstands of Stagg Field at the University of Chicago. After this milestone, funds were allocated more freely, and the project advanced at breakneck speed. The main assembly plant was built at Los Alamos, New Mexico. Robert Oppenheimer was put in charge of putting the pieces together at Los Alamos. Secrecy was paramount. Neither the Germans nor the Japanese could learn of the project. Although the Axis powers remained unaware of the efforts at Los Alamos, American leaders later learned that a Soviet spy named Klaus Fuchs had penetrated the inner circle of scientists. On July 16, 1945, at Trinity Site near Almagrado, New Mexico, scientists of the Manhattan Project readied themselves to watch the world's first atomic bomb. A blinding flash visible for 200 miles lit up the morning sky. A mushroom cloud reached 40,000 feet, blowing out windows of civilian homes up to 100 miles away.
Albert Einstein is one of the most well-known scientists to ever exist. In 1938, he and two other chemists made a remarkable discovery. They split a uranium atom, potentially releasing a tremendous amount of energy. Meanwhile, German scientists were working with the same discovery. Einstein warned President Roosevelt concerning the German efforts in making a nuclear bomb. In response, President Roosevelt launched the Manhattan Project to develop the atomic bomb under U.S. intelligence. Einstein himself never worked directly on the bomb. However, he explained the energy release that occurs under nuclear fission with his famous formula E=mc². Enrico Fermi can be credited with the first controlled nuclear chain reaction and is known as the father of the atomic bomb. He was later awarded the Medal of Merit for his contribution to the Manhattan Project. Leslie Groves was appointed head director of the Manhattan Project and oversaw all aspects of the production of the atomic bomb, including scientific production, security, and planning. Leslie Groves also oversaw the construction of the Pentagon building. Leslie Groves elected Robert Oppenheimer to head the project's secret weapon laboratory. Robert witnessed the first atomic explosion in the New Mexico desert. Leslie and Robert Oppenheimer both opened up the door of nuclear warfare for the U.S. Paul Tibbets piloted the first aircraft to drop an atomic bomb in the history of warfare on Hiroshima. Charles Sweeney dropped a second atomic bomb on Nagasaki.
In August of 1945, President Harry S. Truman decided it was time to end the war in Japan. Hiroshima, a manufacturing center of some 350,000 people, was selected as the first target. After arriving at the U.S. base on the Pacific island of Tinian, the more than 9,000-pound uranium-235 bomb was loaded aboard a modified B-29 bomber christened Enola Gay, after the mother of its pilot, Colonel Paul Tibbets. The plane dropped the bomb, known as Little Boy, by parachute at 8:15 in the morning, and it exploded 2,000 feet above Hiroshima in a blast equal to 12 to 15,000 tons of TNT, destroying 5 square miles of the city. However, Hiroshima's devastation failed to elicit immediate Japanese surrender, and on August 9th, Major Charles Sweeney flew another B-29 bomber, Boxcar, from Tinian. Thick clouds over the primary target, the city of Kokura, drove Sweeney to a secondary target, Nagasaki, where the plutonium bomb Fat Man, was dropped at 11:02 that morning. More powerful than the one used at Hiroshima, the bomb weighed nearly 10,000 pounds and was built to produce a 22 kiloton blast. At noon on August 15, 1945, Emperor Hirohito announced his country's surrender in a radio broadcast. The news spread quickly, and Victory in Japan, or VJ Day, celebrations broke out across the United States and all other Allied nations. The formal surrender agreement was signed on September 2nd aboard the U.S. aircraft carrier Missouri, anchored in Tokyo Bay.